can't even explain it. Nah, maybe it's the way you look in my eyes. How I feel is beyond words can describe.
What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Payne, and I'm back again with another Insecure video. And in this video, I am talking about the season 1 finale, episode 8. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yo, this episode makes me emotional. Like, there's so many levels in this episode, and ups and downs, and almost at the very end, you think that we're gonna get a happily ever after, and it's like, but we can't, because we got another season to go, and we know that this is gonna be some more drama. It doesn't end on like the most horrible note, but it just makes you feel like, dang. Okay, so this episode, we come into the episode and we see Issa and Molly are still struggling from their fallout from the previous episode, where she basically had to tell Molly about herself. She told Molly that she is self-sabotaging a lot of things and that she is doing too much, and she really can't see herself in the situations that she's in. Issa is struggling with missing Lawrence. At the top of the episode, we see that he's gone for 3 days. He left after finding out about Daniel and has not returned, and we don't see him until we get a cut to his actual work, and then Issa pops up pretending to be a delivery because she wants to see him, and he's been ignoring all her calls and texts. And we should have taken that at the top of the episode as what it was, even though we definitely get to his process, right? His process for processing. He tells Issa that he's done and to stop calling him, and that kind of is what it is. Even though we see him go back and forth, we see him have conversations with Chad, we see him try to reject who he is, right? So when him and Chad are at Chad's house talk on the balcony, and Chad is the comic relief, so he's giving jokes about his pending marriage or whatever, and he's talking about Issa cheating on him, and like he can't just take her back, and Chad makes a note of like, you're not me, like you are the R&B singing loving dude, like you are the in your feelings type of dude. And to me, that statement is one of the things that helps solidifies Lawrence starting his his little F-boy ascension, or his journey down the F-boy path. And that's just a pop-out moment, y'all, because I've definitely seen all of these episodes before, but it's in this moment when Lawrence starts to reject who he is, because he feels like part of who he is has allowed for him to be in the situation that he's in and to be hurt this way. Like, I definitely think part of the subtext in this dialogue here is like, well, if I wasn't so nice, if I wasn't so vulnerable, if I wasn't so emotional, if I wasn't so dialed in, if I was more of a player, more of a raggedy Negro, I would not be hurt like this, because she wouldn't have been able to do X, Y, and Z. So we kind of see the rest of the episode, or the next steps in the episode. He's like, let's go to the club, let's turn up, let's do this, let's do that. He's trying to do all the things that he typically wouldn't do, because he's over being who he is, to try to detach himself from the pain that he feels in the moment of sitting in who he is. And it's like, I can't, I really can't. But I love how they did this. Like, I love that they really gave Lawrence a voice within this relationship, and specifically within the fallout of the relationship. It was very good to see not only Issa's side of it, but to see what actually happens on the mills, and like what this looks like for him. To me, it's already new territory to see a girl cheating on a guy in media, but to actually track the fallout for both of them and how it's affecting them mentally, emotionally, and physically, I just thought was great, and I love it. Now, Issa is trying to maintain face, save face with her friends, because this is also all happening during the weekend of Kelli's birthday. They all had plans to get a house in Malibu, so they do that, and there's tension because Issa is really focused on what's happening with her and Lawrence, but then also her and Molly are still not speaking at the start of this. They don't actually reconcile until Issa has to come to Molly's defense in the hot tub, because Kelli and Tiffany are reading her for filth, similar to how Issa did in the previous episode. And it's not until she gets that said to her that she actually registers, like, okay, it could be me, and Issa wasn't trying to come for me in that way, but she was just trying to be honest. And ultimately that forces her to show up for Issa and like, yo, Lawrence is going back to the house, so let me drive you back and help you out. But before I even get all the way there, Molly just reaffirms all of her toxic traits in this episode. Like, she brings this young dude from the club back home to sleep with him right away. And y'all, I'm all for, if you really just want to have sex, right? Have your sex, sis. Do your thing. Get yours. But Molly is not one of those girls who just wants to have sex for the sake of having sex or scratching an itch. Like, Molly really does want companionship. Molly really does want a relationship. So it just boggles my mind how she immediately leans on sex so often and then is sitting bewildered when she has nothing to show for it but an additional body and an empty bed. It's like, girl, what did you think was going to happen? And this is one of the things that it comes up in the conversation in the hot tub, and they're like, she's like, oh, I'm new Molly, I'm embracing who I am, which is also this Molly who is doing things that are not going to get her to where she says she wants to be. And Kelli and Tiffany call her out on this and like, how is new Molly different than old Molly? Oh, she's embracing the hoism, she's embracing her toxic ways, she's embracing her self-sabotage. Got it. And it's not until then that Molly like, oh shit, this is actually a thing, and it's not just some stuff that Issa's making up to make me feel bad. Lawrence isn't confronted with the idea of like, this little raggedy Negro life is not for him until he goes to the strip club, and then he grabs the stripper that he likes, and he thinks that they about to go to the next level, and she's like, yeah, it's $200 for head and $400 for sex, and he's like, oh wait, I gotta pay for it? Wait, what's going on? Yes, Simple, you don't belong here. Get your up out of here. I can't. Lawrence trying to be this is just truly chef's kiss, because even him processing this and like trying to be this person that he's not. Lawrence wants marriage and a family and stability and to provide and all this. You do not want some little random stripper's butt in your face and random hookups. But you know, Sarah, we're gonna have to go on this journey with you, because we definitely understand that you're hurt. By the end of the episode, we see inklings of like, okay, Issa and Lawrence are gonna talk, because he actually calls her from the strip club after he turns down this whole proposition for prostitution from this stripper, and he's not necessarily so forthcoming and like, okay, I want to talk, but he definitely calls her because he misses her, he wants to hear her voice, and he's trying to really figure out what's next. And she kind of leads the conversation, and he says, okay, cool, like maybe we need to talk when you come back. And she's like, okay, great, well, I'm not there for the weekend, so if you want to go to the apartment, cool, go to the apartment. He decides to do so, and Issa gets the bright idea to leave early, because guess what, if my man's going to the apartment and we need to talk, we don't need to wait till Monday, we need to talk now. And that's where Molly comes in, because of course she steals Tiffany's keys to be able to take her and support her. And this is a full circle moment for them. Issa actually gets to apologize in the car, saying that she didn't mean to hurt her, and I think that was the biggest point that was missing. So everything that she said was true, but the way it came out and how it landed, that wasn't the intention or the goal. So I'm glad that Issa did apologize for that in this particular moment. And by the time Issa gets there, she realizes that Lawrence isn't there, and he's gone for good because he's left his keys and grabbed his stuff. And when we see Lawrence again, he is smashing Tasha, which is sex that he don't have to pay for. It's sex with someone that he knows. So it's kind of down the path of play a raggedy Negro land that he wants to be, because he's tired of being the nice guy. And you have to wait till season 2 to see how the rest pans out. Y'all, that is my episode 8 from season 1 of Insecure breakdown. I hope you enjoyed my breakdowns. I will keep them going. We're going to be going into season 2 as we prepare for the 5th and final season that will premiere in October 2021. I am breaking down all of the episodes from the first 4 seasons, and now that we finished season 1, it's time to move on to season 2. Going back and watching season 1 has definitely been an eye-opening experience after seeing these first 4 seasons. So many seeds were planted, so many amazing storylines were carried through, all the way to where we are now with season 4, specifically in looking at all of the potholes in Lawrence and Issa's relationship. Once we get to that conversation, which I will forever say that the conversation episode with Issa and Lawrence in season 4 is one of my favorite episodes of television of all time, right? Like top 10 episodes, and definitely my top 1 episode of Insecure thus far. Coming from that conversation and going back here and just seeing all of the different moments in which if something was said or wasn't said or was said differently, how it would have changed the trajectory of their relationship and how they would have avoided a lot of hurt and pain. It's just like, oh my god, this is real life on screen, and we love to see it. If y'all are new here, hit that subscribe button. I hope you really are enjoying my breakdowns of Insecure. I'm breaking down all of the hottest television shows, past and present, and you should really join the tribe by hitting subscribe. I would love to have you here. Drop down in the comment section and tell me, what was your favorite moment from season 1? What was your favorite episode? What are you enjoying most about Insecure as a series as it comes to a close in this 5th season? Like, let me know what you're anticipating. Let me know all that and more in the comment section down below. I will be sure to reply. If you missed any of my season 1 breakdowns, I have them linked for you on screen right now. Go ahead and hit that like button, check out another video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.